Now, the first thing we want to look at as we go back to verse 1, the sovereignty of God who declares the end. Verse 1. An oracle or a prophecy, the word of the Lord concerning Israel, a declaration of the Lord. Look at it, his sovereignty. God is the one who stretched out the heaven. He's talking about his creative act. God created what? The universe. Not only that, he laid the foundations of the earth. This earth that we're living in, God created everything. He laid the foundation. What God is saying here, I want you to understand what I'm going to tell you. I am God. And because I am God, there's nobody in the world can thwart my plan. Because I am the one who created the heavens and the earth. Men today want to predict that the earth is millions and billions of years old, and there was an accident and things came into being, and God said, no, I am the one who created the heavens and the earth. I stretched out the heavens and I laid the earth and its foundation. But look at it, it comes right down now from creation to personal. Hey, you're sitting there, and I formed the spirit of man within him. You see that? Who formed your spirit? Who formed your personality? Who formed your... God is the one who put the spirit of man within him. God is the one who put our spirit within us. And God is saying, I am sovereign, I am God, listen to me. So we see the sovereignty of God right here. Who declares the end. Isaiah 42, verse 5. And here Isaiah, like Zechariah, this is what God the Lord says. Who created the heavens, you see it almost the same thing. Who stretched them out. Who spread out the earth. And what comes from it. Who gave what? Breath to the people on it. And life to those who walk on it. Ladies and gentlemen, these passages are humbling. They tell us plainly we are not in control. God is. God is the one. The reason why we are here is because of whom? God. God created everything. And let me tell you something. Man cannot destroy the earth. This is God's earth. And only God can destroy it when He's ready. God is the one who determined, who give life. God said, I give life and I take it. So that's why we are to humble ourselves under the mighty hand of God and serve Him. Psalms 33, 6 to 11. The heavens were made by the word of the Lord. Look at this. And all the stars by the breath of His what? Mouth. God spoke everything into being. Let there be. And there was. He gathered the waters of the sea into a heap. Look at that. He put the depths into a storehouse. Says. Let the whole earth tremble before the Lord, that all the inhabitants of the world stand in awe of him. For he spoke and it came into what? Being. He commanded and it came to what? Existence. For the Lord frustrates the counsel of the what? Nations. He thwarts the plans of the what? Peoples. Let me tell you something. When you look at the United Nations, when you look at all that is going on in the world and all that they're trying to do, just remember the counsel of the Lord stands for what? Ever. The plans of his heart from what? Generations to generation. Next verse. Proverbs chapter 21 verse 1. A king's heart is a water channel in the Lord's hand. Look at that. He directs it wherever he chooses. The politicians, the presidents, the kings of the earth, when they make decisions, the Lord said they're like water in his hands, and God is the one who directs them to do what he wants, his will. We think that they're doing what they want, not knowing that God is the one who directing their thoughts and their decisions according to whom? His will. God is in control. So when you think about your life, you think you want to run your life, God is in control. Nations debate peace plans for the Middle East, because this is more talking about what is going on in the Middle East today. In the United Nations, yet none consult the creator of heaven and earth. Zechariah reminds us that history is not shaped in conference rooms, but from the throne room of God. It is not when the United Nations convenes that history is shaped. It's not in those conference rooms, but in the throne room of God. So important for us to understand that God is in control.